A black teacher helps a mute Mafia son find his voice, then gets suspended for it. The boy is 10 years old and hasn't spoken in 2 years, not since he witnessed his mother's murder. The entire school is terrified of his father, a powerful mob boss who rules through fear. But this teacher refuses to walk away. She uses music, compassion, and courage to reach the boy where no one else could. Slowly, he begins to trust her. Slowly, he begins to heal. But when the town discovers she's been visiting the Mafia's mansion, tutoring the son in private, everything explodes. She's accused of bringing danger into the classroom, suspended, humiliated. The father wants revenge. He's ready to destroy anyone who touched his family's reputation. But she does something no one expected. She stands up to him, and what happens next changes all 3 of their lives forever. The boy finally speaks. But at what cost? Can a teacher's love really transform a family built on violence? And when the whole town turns against you for doing the right thing, how far would you go to save one child? The morning air smells like rain when I arrive at St. Agnes Elementary. I'm nervous. My hands grip the steering wheel longer than necessary. The building is old brick, weathered but proud. Children's voices carry across the schoolyard. I step out of my car and smooth my dress. This is my chance to start again. I lost my son 3 years ago. His name was Marcus. He was 8 when the cancer took him. Some days I still set his place at the table. Some nights I still check his empty room. The grief counselor said I needed purpose again. She said teaching would help me heal. I'm not sure she was right, but I'm here anyway. The principal's office is small and cluttered. Mr. Whitmore shakes my hand too quickly. His palm is damp. He doesn't meet my eyes for long. "Ms. Carter," he said, "welcome to St. Agnes. I hope you'll find the students manageable." I smile. I've been teaching for 15 years. I think I'll manage just fine. His smile doesn't reach his eyes. Something about this place feels heavy, like secrets live in the walls. He hands me a folder with class schedules and student names. I notice one name circled in red ink, Luca Moretti. "Is there something I should know about this student?" I asked. Mr. Whitmore's face tightens. "Just be careful with him. His father is influential." I wait for more. He says nothing else. The silence stretches between us. Finally, he stands and leads me to my classroom. The hallways are painted pale yellow. Student artwork covers the walls. It reminds me of Marcus's school. My chest tightens. The classroom is bright. Sunlight pours through tall windows. 20 small desks face the chalkboard. I set my bag down and arrange my supplies. The other teachers peek in to say hello. Mrs. Chen brings me coffee. Mr. Patterson warns me about the lunch schedule. Everyone is kind. But when I mention Luca's name, their faces change. "Poor boy," Mrs. Chen said softly. "He doesn't speak, hasn't said a word in 2 years." Evelyn felt curious. "What happened?" Mrs. Chen glances toward the door. "His mother died. Violently. He saw it happen. The trauma stole his voice. My heart aches. I know what loss can do to a child." "Does he communicate at all?" "Sometimes he writes things down," Mr. Patterson said. "But mostly he just sits there. The other kids don't know what to make of him." "And his father?" I asked. The teachers exchange looks. Mrs. Chen lowers her voice. "Vincenzo Moretti. He runs businesses. The kind you don't ask questions about. Everyone's afraid of him." Mr. Patterson nods. "The school board gives Luca special treatment. No one wants trouble with the Morettis." I understand now. Fear governs this place. It makes me sad. A child shouldn't carry his father's reputation. I decide right then that I'll treat Luca like any other student. He deserves that much. The bell rings. Children flood the hallways. Their laughter is loud and bright. I stand at my door and greet each one. They smile up at me. Some are shy, others are bold. Then I see him. Luca walks alone. He's small for 10 years old. His dark hair falls across his forehead. His eyes are the deepest brown I've ever seen. He carries his backpack with both hands. His head is down. 3 boys walk behind him. They whisper and laugh. Luca doesn't react. "Good morning," I said to him. He stops. His eyes find mine. For a moment I see something flicker there. Surprise, maybe, or hope. Then he looks away and walks to his desk. He sits in the back corner, away from everyone else. The other children settle into their seats. I introduce myself. I tell them about Georgia, about my love of music and poetry, about how every voice matters. Some students nod, others whisper. Luca stares at his desk. His hands rest flat on the wood surface, perfectly still. During reading time, I notice a boy named Tommy lean over. He's sitting 2 desks away from Luca. Tommy whispers something. The children around him giggle. Luca's shoulders tense. I walk over slowly. "Tommy," I said, "is there something you'd like to share with the class?" Tommy's face goes red. "No, ma'am." "Good. Because we don't mock people in this classroom. We respect each other, do you understand?" Tommy nods quickly. The laughter dies. I look around at each face. My voice is firm but kind. Some people speak with words. Some people speak with actions. Some people speak with their art or their music. Every kind of voice deserves to be heard. I glance at Luca. His head lifts slightly. His eyes are wet. Something shifts in his expression. It's small, but it's there. The rest of the morning passes quietly. I teach grammar and mathematics. The students are responsive, eager to please. But I keep watching Luca. He completes his worksheets. His handwriting is careful and neat. He solves problems correctly, but he never raises his hand, never volunteers, never looks up unless called. At lunchtime, I watch from the doorway. Luca sits alone at a corner table. Other children give him space, like he's surrounded by an invisible wall. It breaks my heart. I remember Marcus sitting alone in the hospital playroom. Other sick children avoided him. They were afraid of his frailty. I walk over to Luca's table. "Mind if I sit?" I asked. He looks up, startled. Then he shakes his head. I sit across from him. He has a sandwich he hasn't touched, an apple, a juice box. His hands stay in his lap. "You don't have to talk to me," I said gently, "but I want you to know something. I see you, not your father, not what people say, just you." Luca's breath catches. His eyes search my face, like he's trying to decide if I mean it. Finally, he pulls out a small notebook from his backpack. He writes something and slides it across the table. "Thank you." 2 words, but they carry the weight of years. Evelyn felt moved. I smile at him. "You're welcome, Luca." He almost smiles back. Almost. Then the bell rings and he gathers his things. He walks away before I can say anything else. But something has changed. A door has opened. Just a crack. That afternoon, I stay late to organize my classroom. The janitor empties the trash bins. I'm erasing the chalkboard when I notice a crumpled paper in the wastebasket. I shouldn't look, but something makes me reach for it. I smooth out the wrinkles. It's a poem, written in the same careful handwriting. The silence is heavy like stones in my chest. I want to scream, but the words won't come. They died with her. My throat tightens. I read it again and again. This child is drowning. He's begging to be heard. I fold the paper carefully and put it in my bag. Tomorrow I'll find a way to reach him. That night I sit in my small apartment. It's quiet except for the hum of the refrigerator. I still live in the same place Marcus and I shared. His bedroom door stays closed. I can't bring myself to change anything. I read Luca's poem again. Then I write a note in my own careful handwriting. "Luca, I found your poem. It's beautiful. If you ever want to share more, I'd love to read them. You have a gift. Don't let silence steal it. Ms. Carter." I fold the note and put it in my planner. Tomorrow, I'll leave it on his desk. Maybe he'll respond. Maybe he won't. But I have to try. The next morning feels different. The sky is clearer. I arrive early and place the note on Luca's desk. I position it carefully so only he'll see it. Then I prepare for the day. The students arrive. Luca walks in and stops. He sees the note. His eyes widen. He picks it up slowly and reads. His hands tremble. He looks at me. I nod once. He sits down and tucks the note into his notebook. For the rest of the day, he's different, more present. He watches me during lessons. He follows along in his textbook. During art class, he draws a picture of a piano. It's detailed and careful. When I walk past his desk, he doesn't hide it. He lets me see. I lean down. "That's beautiful," I said softly. He writes something quickly. "My mother played piano. I'd love to hear about her sometime." He nods, just once, but it's enough. At the end of the week, there's a staff meeting. Mr. Whitmore gathers all the teachers in the library. We sit in uncomfortable chairs. He talks about budget cuts and standardized testing. Then he mentions Community Pride Day. "Every student will participate," Mr. Whitmore said. "Short speeches about what makes them proud. No exceptions." Mrs. Chen raises her hand. "What about students who can't speak?" Mr. Whitmore's jaw tightens. "Accommodations will be made, but all students must participate in some form." I think about Luca immediately. This will terrify him. After the meeting, I approach Mr. Whitmore. "What about Luca Moretti?" I asked. "Surely he can't be expected to—" His father has already been informed, Mr. Whitmore said. His voice is clipped. He insists Luca will speak. End of discussion. I feel anger rising. That's not fair to the child. Mr. Whitmore's eyes narrow. Ms. Carter, I suggest you stay out of Moretti family business. It's safer that way. He walks away. I stand there, frustrated. This isn't right. A child shouldn't be forced into something that traumatizes him. I decide right then that I'll help Luca, whether the school approves or not. On Monday morning, I volunteer. The staff meeting is brief. Mr. Whitmore asks if anyone wants to help students prepare their speeches. Several teachers decline. They're too busy, too stressed. When he mentions Luca, the room goes silent. I'll help him, I said. Everyone turns to look at me. Mr. Whitmore's face hardens. Ms. Carter, perhaps you don't understand. I understand perfectly, I said. Every child deserves support. I'm offering mine. Mr. Whitmore stares at me. The silence hangs heavy. Finally, he nods. Fine. But don't say I didn't warn you. That afternoon, 2 men in dark suits arrive at the school. They're tall and broad-shouldered. Their presence fills the hallway. Mrs. Chen whispers that they're Vincenzo Moretti's bodyguards. My stomach tightens. They ask for me. I meet them in the office. Mr. Moretti wants to meet you, one says. His voice is flat. Tonight, 7 o'clock. Tell Mr. Moretti I'll be happy to meet him, I said. But on school grounds, during school hours. The men exchange glances. That's not how this works. That's how I work, I said firmly. I don't take orders. I take appointments. Something shifts in the taller man's expression, almost like respect. He nods slowly. I'll relay your message. They leave. I sit down at my desk. My hands are shaking. I've just challenged a powerful man. Marcus used to say I was too stubborn for my own good. Maybe he was right. The next day, Mr. Whitmore calls me to his office. He's pale, nervous. Vincenzo Moretti will be here at 4 o'clock, he said. He wants to discuss his son's progress. That's fine, I said calmly. Ms. Carter, his voice drops. Be careful. This man is dangerous. Every parent is dangerous when their child is vulnerable, I said. I'll be respectful, but I won't be intimidated. At 4 o'clock, I wait in my classroom. The building is mostly empty, just a few teachers grading papers. Then I hear footsteps, heavy and measured. A man appears in my doorway. He's tall and powerfully built. His suit is expensive. His dark hair is graying at the temples. His eyes are the same deep brown as Luca's, but colder. Ms. Carter, he said. His voice is deep and controlled. Mr. Moretti. I stand and extend my hand. Please sit. He looks surprised, like he expected fear, but he sits in one of the student chairs. It's too small for him, almost comical, but I keep my expression neutral. 2 bodyguards stand outside the door. My son needs to speak at this event, Vincenzo said. That's why I agreed to your help. Your son needs support, I said gently, not pressure. His eyes narrow. I didn't come here for a lecture, and I didn't agree to help for your benefit, I said. I'm here for Luca. If that doesn't work for you, find someone else. The silence stretches. He stares at me. I don't look away. Finally, something in his face softens, just slightly. What do you need? He asked. Time, patience, and trust. Can you give me those? He considers this. His jaw works. I want my son to have a voice again. He already has one, I said. He just needs help finding it. Vincenzo studies me for a long moment. Then he nods once. Fine, you can tutor him at my home evenings starting tomorrow. Under one condition, I said. No interference, no pressure. I work with Luca, not for you. His eyes flash. But then he nods again. Agreed. He stands to leave. At the door, he pauses. Why are you doing this? I think about Marcus, about how alone he felt at the end. Because every child deserves someone who sees them, I said quietly. Vincenzo's face changes. Something flickers there. Pain, maybe, or memory. Then it's gone. He walks away. His footsteps echo down the hall. That night, I can't sleep. I pace my apartment. What have I agreed to? Teaching a mafia boss's son in his own home. It's dangerous, foolish. But when I close my eyes, I see Luca's face, his desperate eyes, his careful handwriting. I can't turn away from him, not when I failed to save my own son. The next evening, a black car arrives at my apartment building. One of the bodyguards opens the door for me. I sit in the back seat. We drive through the city and up into the hills. The houses get larger, more isolated. Finally, we reach a massive iron gate. It opens automatically. The mansion beyond is enormous. Cold white stone, marble columns. It looks more like a fortress than a home. Inside, everything is pristine, polished floors, expensive art, but no warmth, no personal touches. A housekeeper leads me through hallways. We pass several men in suits. They watch me but say nothing. Finally, we reach a closed door. The housekeeper knocks softly. "Come in," a small voice calls. I enter. The room takes my breath away. It's filled with instruments. A grand piano dominates the center. Violins hang on the walls. Sheet music covers a desk. Dust coats everything, like time stopped here. Luca sits on the piano bench. His hands rest in his lap. He looks tiny in this large room. "Hello, Luca," I said gently. He stands quickly. His eyes are wide. "Worried?" I smile to reassure him. "This is a beautiful room. Did your mother play all of these?" He nods. Then he writes in his notebook. "She loved music more than anything." "May I?" I gesture to the piano. He nods again. I sit beside him on the bench. My fingers find the keys. I play a simple melody, something my grandmother taught me, soft and slow. Luca watches my hands. His breathing slows. His shoulders relax. "Music is another kind of voice," I said. "Did you know that?" He shakes his head. I play a few more notes. Then I stop and tap the bench in rhythm. A simple pattern, 3 beats, pause, 3 beats. "Can you copy this?" I asked. He hesitates. Then he taps the bench. 3 beats, pause, 3 beats. "Perfect," I smile. "Good. Now let's make it more interesting." We spend the next hour creating rhythms together. He's a natural. His sense of timing is flawless. Gradually, he starts to relax. He almost smiles once. When I glance at the doorway, I see Vincenzo standing there, watching. His face is unreadable. Our eyes meet briefly. Then he turns and walks away. "Your father loves you very much," I said to Luca. He writes quickly. "He's angry at me." "No," I said firmly. "He's angry at himself. There's a difference." Luca looks confused. I take his hand gently. "Sometimes grown-ups don't know how to handle their pain, so they push people away. But that doesn't mean they don't care." His eyes fill with tears. He doesn't cry, but they sit there heavy and waiting. I don't push him. We return to the piano. This time I teach him breathing exercises. In through the nose, out through the mouth, slow and steady. It's what the hospice nurse taught me when Marcus was dying. Breath carries everything, pain, hope, life itself. By the end of our session, Luca is humming, just barely. The sound is tiny, fragile, but it's there. His eyes widen in shock. He looks at me. I nod encouragingly. "That's your voice," I said softly. "It's been there all along." Tears spill down his cheeks. He doesn't wipe them away. I sit with him in silence, letting him feel whatever he needs to feel. Outside the window, the sun sets. The room fills with golden light. For the first time since Marcus died, I feel like I'm doing something that matters. When I leave that night, Vincenzo is waiting in the foyer. He's holding a glass of whiskey. His eyes are tired. "Did he speak?" he asked. "He made a sound," I said. "That's a beginning." Vincenzo's hand tightens around the glass. "How long?" "As long as it takes. Healing doesn't follow a schedule." He nods slowly. Then he says something I don't expect. "Thank you." His voice is quiet, almost broken. I see the father beneath the dangerous man, the grieving husband, the desperate soul. Evelyn felt compassion for him. "He's a beautiful boy," I said. "You should be proud." Vincenzo doesn't respond, but his eyes glisten. I leave him standing there. The bodyguard drives me home in silence. I watch the city lights blur past the window. My heart feels both heavy and light. This won't be easy, but nothing worth doing ever is. The next few days bring more progress. Luca hums during our sessions. He taps rhythms more confidently. He even writes me a short poem about hope. But at school things are changing. Teachers whisper when I walk past. Parents stare at me in the parking lot. Mrs. Chen pulls me aside one afternoon. "People are talking," she said carefully, "about you visiting the Moretti home." "Let them talk," I said. "Evelyn," her voice is worried, "you don't understand how this looks. A black woman teaching a Mafia boss's son. Some people think I'm what?" I asked. My voice is sharper than intended. Mrs. Chen looks uncomfortable. "Dangerous? Or being used? Or both?" The words sting, but I understand. Fear makes people cruel. They need someone to blame, someone to target. I'm an easy choice. Different. Outsider. Brave enough to cross lines they won't. On Friday morning, parents gather outside the school. They're holding coffee cups and whispering. When I walk past, Conversations stop. Eyes follow me. One woman steps forward. Her name is Mrs. Patterson. Her son is in my class. "Ms. Carter," she said. Her voice is loud enough for others to hear. "Is it true you're privately tutoring Luca Moretti?" "Yes," I said simply. "Don't you think that's inappropriate, given his father's reputation?" I look at her calmly. "I think every child deserves an education, regardless of their family." "But you're putting yourself in danger," another mother said, "and possibly the other children." "The only danger here is prejudice," I said firmly. "Luca is a 10-year-old boy, not a criminal." Mrs. Patterson's face reddens. "We're just concerned for everyone's safety." "Your concern is noted," I said. Then I walk into the building. My hands shake as I enter my classroom. I hate confrontation, but I won't apologize for helping a child. The door opens behind me. It's Luca. He's early. His face is pale. He heard everything. He runs to his desk and pulls out his notebook. His hands move frantically. "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." He writes it over and over. Tears stream down his face. I kneel beside his desk. I take the pen from his hand gently. "Luca, look at me." He does. His eyes are full of shame. It breaks my heart. "You have nothing to be sorry for," I said. "Do you hear me? Nothing." He shakes his head violently. He points to himself, then to me, then to the door. "The meaning is clear. I'm causing you trouble." "The only trouble is small-minded people," I said, "and they're not worth our time." I teach him a sign, one I learned when Marcus was too weak to speak. I press my palm to my heart, then extend it toward him. Courage. He stares at my hand. Then he copies the gesture, palm to heart, extended toward me. "Thank you." The silence stretches between us, but it's not empty. It's full of understanding, of connection. Outside, the schoolyard fills with children's voices. The day begins, but something has shifted. We're not alone anymore. We have each other. That afternoon, I find a note in my mailbox at school. It's unsigned, but the message is clear. "Stay away from the Morettis. This is your only warning." My chest tightens. I crumple the note and throw it away. I won't be intimidated. I won't abandon Luca even if it costs me everything, because some things matter more than safety. Some children are worth the risk, and maybe, just maybe, helping him will finally heal the part of me that died with Marcus. I look out the window. The oak tree in the schoolyard sways in the breeze. Children play beneath it. Luca sits alone on a bench, reading, but he's not invisible anymore. Not to me, and that has to be enough. Saturday morning arrives cold and grey. I drive to the Moretti mansion with a bag full of notebooks and flashcards. The gate opens before I reach it. They're expecting me. Inside, the housekeeper leads me to the music room. Luca is already there. He's arranged 2 chairs by the piano. A small gesture, but it means he wants me here. "Good morning," I said. He signs the greeting back. His fingers are clumsy but determined. We've been practicing sign language. It gives him another way to communicate, another voice. I sit beside him and pull out my materials. "Today we start building your speech," I said. "Small pieces, like a puzzle." His eyes widen. Fear flickers across his face. I take his hand gently. "We'll go slow, I promise, and we'll use music to help. Music makes everything easier." He nods, but his hand trembles in mine. Evelyn felt protective. I know this terrifies him. Standing in front of people, being judged, being seen. It terrified Marcus too. He hated when doctors examined him, hated their pitying looks. "Let's start with one word," I said. "Just one. What's something that makes you feel safe?" Luca thinks. Then he writes, "Home." Perfect. Now let's find the rhythm of that word. "Home, can you tap it?" He taps once, strong and clear. I smile. "Good. Now let's build around it. Home is where..." "What?" He writes. "Where my mother's music lives." Beautiful. So we have, "Home is where my mother's music lives." That's our first line. We spend the next hour breaking the sentence into beats. Each word gets a rhythm, a pattern. I play soft notes on the piano to match his tapping. Gradually, his shoulders relax. His breathing steadies. Music transforms fear into something manageable, something he can hold. By noon, we have 5 short lines. They form a simple poem about home, fear, and hope. Luca's handwriting fills 3 pages of my notebook. He's expressed more in 2 hours than most children do in weeks. When we finish, he looks exhausted, but proud. "You did beautiful work today," I said. He writes quickly. "Will people laugh at me?" The question breaks my heart. Some might, but the brave ones will listen. and those are the only ones who matter. Luca's breath catches. He stares at his hands. I wait. Let him process. Finally, he signs courage. The gesture we practiced. I sign it back. The door opens. Vincenzo enters. He's wearing casual clothes today. No suit. He looks younger, more human. His eyes find his son. "How's it going?" he asked. "We made good progress," I said. "Luca created a beautiful poem." Vincenzo walks over. He reads the notebook over my shoulder. His jaw tightens. When he reaches the last line, "Hope is a sound that never dies," he goes very still. His voice is rough when he speaks. "Your mother would be proud." Luca looks up sharply. Father and son stare at each other. Something passes between them, understanding maybe, or shared grief. Then Vincenzo clears his throat. "I'm ordering lunch. You'll both stay." It's not a request, but his tone is gentler than before. I nod. "That would be nice. Thank you." Lunch is served in a dining room that feels like a museum. Crystal chandeliers, oil paintings, everything expensive and cold. But the food is simple. Pasta with tomato sauce, bread, salad. Luca sits between us. He picks at his food nervously. "Luca tells me you use music therapy," Vincenzo said. "I do. Music bypasses the logical brain. It connects directly to emotion and memory. My wife believed that too." His voice softens. "She said music heals what words can't." "She was right," I said. Vincenzo looks at his son. "She played for him every night, even when he was a baby. She said it would make him strong." Luca's eyes fill with tears, but he doesn't look away from his father. Vincenzo's hand moves across the table, hesitates, then touches Luca's shoulder briefly. The boy leans into the touch, starving for it. My throat tightens. After lunch, Vincenzo asked to speak with me privately. We move to his study. It's all dark wood and leather. Books line the shelves. A crucifix hangs above the desk. He pours himself whiskey, offers me some. I decline. "There's something you should know," he said. His back is to me. I'm listening. He turns. His face is ravaged. "My wife didn't die in an accident. She was killed. A business associate wanted to send me a message. He came to our home. Luca was there. He saw everything." Evelyn felt horror wash over her. "Oh God. He hasn't spoken since that night. Doctors say it's trauma. But I think—" His voice breaks. "I think God is punishing me. Through my son's silence." I stand slowly, walk to him, look him in the eyes. God doesn't punish children for their parents' sins. That's guilt talking, not faith. "How would you know?" His voice is bitter. "Because I blamed myself when my son died," I said quietly. "I thought if I'd been a better mother, if I'd prayed harder, if I'd caught it sooner. But that's not how it works. Pain isn't punishment. It's just pain." Vincenzo stares at me. "You lost a child 3 years ago. Cancer. He was 8. The silence hangs heavy between us. 2 broken parents, 2 dead women, 2 traumatized children, one lost forever, one fighting to return." Vincenzo sets down his glass. His hands shake. "I don't know how to love him without her," he said. "You start by being present," I said, "by listening, by letting him see your heart." "What if he sees a monster?" "He already knows who you are," I said. "What he needs to know is that you love him anyway." Something shifts in Vincenzo's expression. His walls crack, just slightly. He sits heavily in his chair. "Will you keep helping him?" "Yes, but you have to help too. Be patient with him. And with yourself." He nods slowly. "I'll try." I believe him. Beneath the power and violence, there's a father who loves his son, who's desperate to fix what's broken. It gives me hope. Maybe we can all heal together. Monday morning at school feels different. Luca walks in with his head higher. He makes eye contact with other students. During reading time, he raises his hand. I nearly drop my book. He's never done that before. I call on him. He stands, slowly, walks to the front. The classroom goes silent. Everyone watches. Luca pulls out a small card. His hands tremble, but he signs clearly. "Good morning, class." One girl gasps. Then she starts clapping. Others join. Soon the whole room applauds. Luca's face turns red, but he's smiling, actually smiling. My heart swells. This is what courage looks like. Small, imperfect, but real. After class, 3 students approach Luca. They ask if he'll teach them sign language. He nods eagerly. They spend recess practicing together. I watch from the window. Tears blur my vision. This is why I teach. These moments of connection, of acceptance, of children being kinder than adults. That evening, I arrive at the mansion for our session. Luca meets me at the door. He's bouncing on his toes. Excited. He leads me to the music room and shows me something. Sheet music. His mother's favorite song. He wants to play it. "Can you read music?" I asked. He nods. Sits at the piano. Places his fingers on the keys. Then he plays. The melody is haunting and beautiful. Slow and aching. I recognize it. A lullaby. Italian words I don't understand, but the emotion translates perfectly. Loss, love, memory. When he finishes, we're both crying. I sit beside him on the bench, put my arm around his small shoulders. He leans into me, like Marcus used to. My chest tightens with grief and joy mixed together. "Your mother is very proud of you," I said softly. He looks at me. His eyes are so old for a child. He writes, "Do you think she can hear me?" "I think love never dies," I said. "So yes, I think she hears everything." He closes his eyes, nods. Then he does something unexpected. He speaks, not words, but a hum, the melody of the lullaby, soft and broken, but there. His voice, actually there. I grip his hand. "That's it, Luca. That's your voice." His eyes fly open. Shock and wonder fill them. He hums again, louder this time. The sound fills the room, fills the emptiness. Vincenzo appears in the doorway. His face crumbles. He walks in quickly, kneels beside the bench, takes his son's other hand. "Again," he said, his voice is thick. "Please." Luca hums. The three of us sit together, bound by grief and hope, by music and memory. Outside, night falls. But in this room, something bright is being born. Something fragile and new. Something worth protecting. Over the next week, Luca practices his speech. We set it to rhythm, to melody. Each line has a beat, a pattern. He hums between phrases. It helps him stay calm, focused. We practice in the music room, in the garden, in his bedroom. The words become familiar, easy. His confidence grows. At school, other children include him more. They invite him to play soccer, to sit at their lunch table. He's still quiet, still cautious but present, engaged. His artwork improves. His essays grow longer. He's finding ways to express himself, ways that don't require speech, but still communicate everything. On Tuesday evening, the three of us share dinner again. This time feels less formal, more natural. Vincenzo asks about my day. I tell him about teaching fractions, about Tommy finally understanding division. He listens, actually listens, not just waiting to speak. Luca watches us both, a small smile on his face. "You're good for him," Vincenzo said after Luca goes to bed. "For us." "You're doing the work," I said. "I'm just guiding." "No," his voice is firm. "You're doing more than that. You're giving us hope." Evelyn felt embarrassed. "I'm just a teacher." "You're more than that," he said quietly. "You're family now." The word catches me off guard. Family. I haven't had that since Marcus died, haven't let myself want it. But sitting here in this strange mansion with this dangerous man and his damaged son, I feel it. Connection, belonging, purpose. "Thank you," I said. "That means more than you know." Vincenzo nods. We sit in comfortable silence. The clock ticks. The fire crackles. Outside, rain begins to fall. I think about how far we've come, how much further we have to go. But for now, this moment feels like enough. Wednesday morning brings trouble. A man in a cheap suit waits outside the school. He has a camera, a notebook. When I arrive, he approaches quickly. His smile is too wide. "Ms. Carter, I'm Derek Mills. Local news. Can I ask you a few questions?" "I'm sorry, I'm late for class." "Just a minute." "About your relationship with Vincenzo Moretti." I stop walking, turn to face him. "I don't have a relationship with anyone. I'm tutoring a student. That's all." "But you visit his home regularly. You dine with him. Some people say..." "Some people should mind their business," I said firmly. Then I walk inside. My hands shake as I enter the building. A reporter. This is bad. Mr. Whitmore appears immediately. His face is red. "My office, now." I follow him. He closes the door hard. His voice is sharp. "Do you know what you've done? Bringing media attention to this school, to that family?" "I didn't bring anyone," I said. "I'm doing my job." "Your job is teaching, not consorting with criminals." Anger flares in my chest. Vincenzo Moretti's past is not my concern. His son's education is. "The school board is very concerned," Mr. Whitmore said. "Parents are calling, threatening to pull their children. This is a disaster. The only disaster is prejudice," I said. "Ms. Carter, His voice drops dangerously low. I'm placing you on administrative leave pending a full review. The words hit like a fist. You can't be serious. 2 weeks, paid. Stay away from school, and stay away from the Morettis. You're punishing me for helping a child? I'm protecting this school, he said. Now leave, before I call security. I stand there, stunned, betrayed. Then I turn and walk out. Teachers watch from their classrooms. Some look sympathetic, others look relieved. Mrs. Chen follows me to my car. Evelyn, I'm so sorry. It's not your fault, I said. My voice sounds hollow. For what it's worth, you did the right thing. I nod. Can't speak. If I speak, I'll cry. I get in my car and drive. Not home, just drive. Through the city, past the harbor, up into the hills. I park at a lookout point and scream, long and loud, releasing everything, the injustice, the fear, the exhaustion. When I'm empty, I call Vincenzo. He answers immediately. What's wrong? His voice is sharp. I've been suspended. A reporter showed up. The school blames me for the attention. Silence. Then, I'll handle this. No, I said firmly. Don't. That will only make things worse. They can't treat you this way. They already have, I said. And if you retaliate, Luca pays the price. Is that what you want? More silence. Then a heavy sigh. What do you need? Time. To think. To figure out what's next. The tutoring has to stop, I said. If I'm seen with you now, it proves their point. I'm sorry. I hang up before he can argue. Then I sit in my car and cry. For Luca. For the unfairness. For how broken everything is. My phone rings repeatedly. I ignore it. Finally, I drive home. That night, I don't sleep. I pace my apartment, look at Marcus's closed door, think about running, moving away, starting over somewhere else. But that's what I did after Marcus died. I ran from Georgia, from memories, from pain, and it didn't help. It just relocated the hurt. At midnight, someone knocks on my door. I peer through the peephole. It's Vincenzo. Alone. No bodyguards. I open the door slowly. You shouldn't be here, I said. I know. He looks exhausted. But Luca, he's shutting down again. He won't eat, won't practice. He knows something's wrong. My heart breaks. I'm sorry. This is my fault, Vincenzo said. My life, my choices, they're destroying him. No, I said firmly. Fear is destroying him. And I'm teaching him courage. But I can't do that if I'm scared too. What are you scared of? The question catches me off guard. I think about it. Really think. Failing again, I said quietly. Like I failed my son. Vincenzo's eyes soften. You didn't fail anyone. Life is just cruel sometimes. We stand in my doorway, two broken people searching for redemption, for meaning, for a way forward. Finally, I make a decision. Tell Luca I'm not giving up, I said. I'll be at Community Pride Day, even if they ban me from the building. Are you sure? No, I said honestly, but I'm doing it anyway. Vincenzo almost smiles. You're stronger than you look. I have to be, I said. For him, and for me. He nods, turns to leave, then pauses. Thank you for not running. After he leaves, I sit on my couch. Think about courage. Real courage isn't fearlessness. It's doing the right thing despite fear. Marcus taught me that, near the end, when he was so sick and scared. He still smiled, still laughed, still told me he loved me. That was courage. I can do this. I have to. Thursday morning, I visit my pastor. Lewis Grant has known me since I moved here. He baptized Marcus in the hospital, held my hand at the funeral. His church is small and humble. He's in his office when I arrive, reading scripture. Evelyn, he stands and hugs me. I heard about the school. I'm sorry. I need guidance, I said. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. We sit together. I tell him everything, about Luca, about Vincenzo, about the suspension, about my fear and determination mixed together. Pastor Grant listens without judgment. When I finish, he's quiet for a long moment. Do you remember the story of the Good Samaritan? He asked. Of course. Everyone else walked past the wounded man. They had reasons, fear, prejudice, busy schedules. But the Samaritan stopped, not because it was safe, but because it was right. His words settle over me like a blanket. You think I should keep helping Luca? I think you already know the answer, he said gently. Faith without courage is just comfort. I smile despite everything. That's what I needed to hear. Evelyn, his voice grows serious, be careful, but don't be afraid. God uses broken people for his greatest work. I leave the church feeling steadier, more certain. I have 10 days until Community Pride Day. 10 days to prepare, to plan, to pray. I won't let Luca face that day alone. That evening I sit at my kitchen table, write Luca a letter, tell him about courage, about his mother watching over him, about how proud I am. I include the small microphone pin I bought weeks ago, a symbol, a promise. I mail it that night. The next days pass slowly. I clean my apartment, read books I've been neglecting, visit Marcus's grave and talk to him, tell him about Luca, about how helping this boy is helping me heal. I think Marcus would understand, would approve. On Friday I receive a response from Luca. It's a drawing, him standing on a stage, me in the audience, his father beside me. We're all smiling. At the bottom he's written one word in careful letters. Hope. I tape it to my refrigerator. Look at it every morning, every night. It reminds me why I'm doing this, why it matters, why some fights are worth fighting. Saturday morning arrives bright and cold. I dress carefully, put on my best dress, my mother's pearl earrings. I look at myself in the mirror. I'm scared, but I'm ready. I drive to the school. The parking lot is full. Parents and students fill the entrance. I park far away, walk slowly toward the building. Inside, the auditorium is packed. Students fidget in their seats. Parents chat loudly. Teachers organize backstage. I slip into the back row, stay hidden. Mr. Whitmore is on stage, welcoming everyone, explaining the event. He doesn't mention me, doesn't acknowledge my existence. Students begin their speeches. Some are funny, some are sweet, all are confident. The audience claps politely. I watch and wait. My heart pounds. Then I hear his name. Next up, we have Luca Moretti. The room shifts. Whispers ripple through the crowd. I sit forward. Luca walks onto the stage. He's wearing a suit, too big for him, but pressed and clean. His hair is combed, and on his lapel, the microphone pin. He sees me in the back. Our eyes meet. I press my palm to my heart. Courage. He mirrors the gesture. Then he begins, not speaking, signing. His hands move with grace, with purpose. Behind him, his poem appears on a screen, projected for everyone to read. Home is where my mother's music lives. Fear is a shadow that blocks the light, but hope is a sound that never dies. I will find my voice, I will make her proud. The audience is silent, captivated. Luca's hands tell a story his mouth can't. About loss, about courage, about love that survives death. When he reaches the final line, he stops, takes a breath, and speaks. Hope. One word. Soft and broken, but clear. Real. His voice. Actually, his voice. The auditorium explodes, not with laughter, with applause. Students jump to their feet, parents wipe tears, teachers clap loudly. Luca stands there, shocked, overwhelmed. Then he sees his father. Vincenzo is in the doorway, guards flanking him, but his face is soft, open. Tears run down his cheeks. He walks down the aisle, climbs onto the stage, takes his son in his arms, holds him tight. Luca cries into his father's shoulder. The audience watches, some crying themselves, some smiling, all moved. I stand slowly, start clapping, alone at first, then others join. The applause builds, becomes thunder. Luca looks at me through his tears, mouths two words, thank you. I smile, nod. My work is done. He found his voice, found courage, found hope. Whatever happens next, this moment was worth everything. Worth the fear, the judgment, the cost. Because this is what love looks like, messy, risky, but transformative. I slip out before anyone notices, walk to my car, sit in silence, let the tears come. Relief and joy and grief all mixed together. Marcus would be proud. I know he would. And maybe finally I can be proud of myself too. That evening my phone won't stop ringing. Messages flood in. Some are supportive, many are not. Parents angry that I showed up. Teachers confused about my role. Reporters wanting interviews. I turn off my phone, sit in the dark, let the silence wash over me. The next morning I wake to pounding on my door. It's Mrs. Chen. Her face is pale. Have you seen the news? She asked. No. What happened? She shows me her phone. The headline makes my stomach drop. Mafia Son's miracle speech. Teacher suspended for helping. There's a photo of me clapping in the back row. Another of Vincenzo holding Luca. The article paints me as either a hero or a fool. Depends on who's commenting. The school board is meeting today, Mrs. Chen said. People are calling for your firing. Others want you reinstated. It's chaos. Evelyn felt exhausted. I just wanted to help a child. I know. Her voice is soft. But you stepped into something bigger than that. She's right. This isn't about education anymore. It's about power, fear, control. The board will make an example of me, to show they're not influenced by the Morettis. Or they'll punish me to appease the frightened parents. Either way, I lose. What will you do? Mrs. Chen asked. Wait, I said, and pray they do the right thing. She hugs me, then leaves. I spend the day cleaning, organizing, distracting myself, but my mind keeps returning to Luca's face, his voice saying hope. That single word changed everything, for him, for his father, maybe even for me. At 5 o'clock, Mr. Whitmore calls. His voice is cold. The board has made their decision. Your suspension is now permanent, effective immediately. My chest tightens. You're firing me for helping a student. You violated protocol, ignored warnings, brought unwanted attention to our school. I gave a child his voice back, I said. My voice shakes. That's not our concern. Clean out your classroom by Friday. Security will escort you. He hangs up. I sit, holding the phone. Numb. 3 years of teaching here. Gone. My purpose. My stability. Everything I rebuilt after Marcus. Gone. The tears come slowly, then faster. I cry until there's nothing left. Tuesday morning, Vincenzo calls. I almost don't answer, but something makes me pick up. I heard about the board's decision, he said. His voice is hard. It's unacceptable. It's done, I said flatly. No, it's not. I'm going to fix this. Fear shoots through me. How? I have connections. People who owe me favors. I'll make them reinstate you. No, I said firmly. Absolutely not. Why not? You deserve justice. Justice doesn't come from threats, I said. And if you force this, you'll prove everyone right. That you control everything. That I'm just your puppet. The silence stretched. I hear him breathing, angry, frustrated. Finally, he speaks. So I do nothing, while they humiliate you. You do what's best for Luca, I said. You let this go. You focus on being his father. I can't just... Yes, you can, because that's what love is. Putting him first, not your pride. More silence. Then he hangs up. I stare at my phone. Hope I said the right thing. Hope he listens. But I know powerful men. They don't accept defeat easily. They retaliate. And I'm afraid of what that means. That night, I can't sleep. I lie in bed staring at the ceiling. Think about what's next. I can find another teaching job, in another district, another city. But the thought feels hollow. I came here to heal, to find purpose. And I did. In Luca, in his family. Walking away feels like failing again. At midnight, my phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. They're threatening the school board, my father's men. I heard them. Please help. Luca. My breath catches. I call the number immediately. Luca answers. His voice is tiny and scared. Tell me what happened, I said. Father's been making calls. He's angry. He said people will pay, that no one disrespects what's his. Where is he now? In his office, shouting. I'm scared, Miss Carter. Evelyn felt protective rage. I'm coming. Stay in your room, lock the door. Okay, I throw on clothes. Drive too fast through empty streets. The mansion looms against the dark sky. Guards stop me at the gate. I roll down my window. I need to see Mr. Moretti. Now. He's not taking visitors. Tell him if he doesn't see me, I'm going to the police. Tell him Luca called me. The guard's eyes widen. He speaks into his radio. A moment later, the gate opens. I park and run inside. The housekeeper looks terrified. She points toward the study. I don't knock, just burst in. Vincenzo is on the phone. His face is red. His voice thunders. When he sees me, he stops mid-sentence. Hangs up. What are you doing here? Stop this, I said. Right now. Stop what? The threats. The intimidation. Whatever you're planning. His jaw tightens. They fired you. They need to understand nothing, I said. My voice is sharp. You're making everything worse. I'm protecting what's mine. I'm not yours to protect, I said. And this isn't protection, it's revenge. Something shifted in his expression. Anger, guilt, pain. He slams his fist on the desk. I can't just stand by while they destroy you. Yes, you can. Because that's what I'm asking. That's what Luca needs. Luca, he said bitterly. Luca called you, instead of coming to me. He's afraid of you, I said quietly. Of what you'll do. Of who you become when you're angry. The words hit him like bullets. His face crumbles. He sinks into his chair, covers his face with his hands. When he speaks, his voice is broken. I don't know how to be anything else. I walk around the desk, kneel beside his chair, make him look at me. Yes, you do. I've seen it. When you held Luca yesterday, that's who you really are. That man is weak. No, that man is brave, because love takes more courage than violence ever will. His eyes find mine. They're wet, desperate. He's drowning, searching for something to hold on to. I take his hands. You can't heal a wound with more blood, I said gently. You have to let it close naturally. You have to trust the process. I don't know how to trust. Then learn. Starting now. Starting with your son. Vincenzo's breath catches. He nods slowly, looks at me like I'm his last hope. Maybe I am. Maybe we're all each other has. 3 broken people trying to find their way back to wholeness. What do I do? He asked. You apologize. To me. To the town. To everyone you've hurt. You make amends, not with money or power, with humility. They'll see it as weakness. They'll see it as strength, I said. Real strength, the kind that changes hearts. The silence hung between us, heavy with possibility. Finally he nods again, this time more certain. Tell me how. We spend the next hour talking, planning. I suggest he fund a youth center, create scholarships, support programs for traumatized children, use his wealth for good, turn his guilt into something productive. He listens, takes notes, asks questions. The rage slowly drains from his face, replaced by something softer, something almost like peace. When I leave, Luca is waiting in the hallway. He runs to me, hugs me tight. I hold him close, stroke his hair. It's okay, I said. Everything's going to be okay. He signs. Thank you. You're brave for calling me, I said. That took courage. He smiles, then signs something else. I love you. The words break me open. I hug him tighter. I love you too, sweetheart. Vincenzo watches from the doorway. His eyes are soft, grateful. When I meet his gaze, he mouths 2 words. Thank you. I nod. Then I leave. The drive home feels different, lighter, like something shifted in the universe. I don't know if Vincenzo will follow through, don't know if he can change, but tonight, he wanted to, and that's a beginning. The next few days are quiet. I clean out my classroom with security watching, box up my supplies, my books, the drawings students made me. Mrs. Chen hugs me goodbye. Tommy cries and asks why I'm leaving. I tell him sometimes grown-ups make unfair choices, but that doesn't mean we stop being kind. On Thursday, Pastor Grant calls. I heard what happened. How are you holding up? I'm sad, but okay. God's not done with you yet, he said. This is just a detour, not the destination. His words comfort me. I want to believe him. Want to trust that something good will come from this pain, but right now it just hurts. Friday afternoon I receive a letter. It's on expensive paper, formal. My hands shake as I open it. It's an invitation to a town hall meeting, Sunday afternoon. Subject, community announcement by Vincenzo Moretti. My chest tightens. What is he doing? Sunday arrives grey and cold. I dress carefully, drive to the town hall. The parking lot is packed. People cluster outside, gossiping, speculating. I slip inside and find a seat near the front. The room fills quickly. Parents, teachers, business owners, everyone curious, everyone afraid. At 2 o'clock, Vincenzo enters. He's wearing a simple suit. No guards, no entourage. Just him. He walks to the podium. The room goes silent. You could hear breathing. He looks out at the crowd. His face is pale, nervous. Then his eyes find mine. I nod encouragement. He clears his throat. Thank you for coming, he said. His voice is steady. I know many of you fear me. Have reasons to. I've done things I'm not proud of, hurt people, made choices that caused pain. The crowd shifts uncomfortably. Evelyn felt anxious. Where is he going with this? My son spoke for the first time in 2 years last Saturday. Many of you were there, you saw his courage. But what you didn't see was the person who made it possible. Ms. Evelyn Carter. Heads turn toward me. I feel heat rise in my cheeks. Vincenzo continues. She was fired for helping my son, for crossing lines others wouldn't, for showing kindness when everyone else showed fear. That's on me, my reputation, my sins. They destroyed her career. His voice breaks slightly. He pauses, breathes. Something shifted in his face. I can't undo my past, but I can try to build a better future. Today I'm announcing the creation of the Maria Moretti Center for Youth, named after my late wife. It will provide free counseling and education for children dealing with trauma. Ms. Carter will direct it, if she accepts. My breath catches. Every eye is on me. I didn't know about this. Didn't expect it. Vincenzo looks at me directly. You taught me that healing requires humility, that love is stronger than power. I'm asking you now, publicly, will you help me do this right? The silence stretched. Everyone waiting. I think about Marcus, about Luca, about all the broken children who need someone to see them, to hear them, to believe in them. I stand slowly. Yes, I said. I will. The room erupts. Some people clap. Others look skeptical. A few cry. Vincenzo's shoulders sag with relief. He steps away from the podium, walks to me, extends his hand. I take it. We shake. In front of everyone. A pact. A promise. A new beginning. Afterward, people approach me. Some apologize for judging me. Others thank me for helping Luca. A few still look angry. Suspicious, but most seem moved. Hopeful. Change is possible. Even for someone like Vincenzo Moretti. Pastor Grant finds me by my car. I told you God wasn't done with you. I laugh, cry a little. I should have more faith. We all should, he said warmly. That night I sleep better than I have in weeks. I dream of Marcus. He's healthy and whole, playing in a garden. He turns to me and smiles. Then he says, "You did good, Mama." I wake with tears on my face. But they're not sad tears. They're grateful ones. Monday morning, Vincenzo and I meet to discuss the center. We find a building near the school, old but sturdy. He's already started renovations, hired contractors, ordered supplies. He's moving fast, like he's afraid he'll lose courage if he slows down. I want it open by January, he said. That's ambitious. I don't want to wait. Too many kids are suffering. Evelyn felt impressed. You're really doing this? I'm trying, he said quietly. For Luca, for Maria, for myself. We worked together for hours, planning programs, designing spaces, hiring staff. It feels good, purposeful, like pieces falling into place. When we finish, Vincenzo walks me to my car. Thank you for not giving up on me, he said. Thank you for not giving up on yourself. He almost smiles. I'm not sure I deserve this. Any of this. None of us deserve grace, I said. That's why it's called grace. His eyes soften. He nods. Then he does something unexpected. He hugs me, brief but genuine. When he pulls back, his voice is thick. You saved my son, and maybe me too. I don't know what to say, so I just squeeze his hand. Then I drive away. In my rearview mirror, I see him standing there, watching. A man learning to be human again. 2 weeks later, the school hosts a special assembly to honor students who showed exceptional courage. Luca is being recognized. I sit in the audience with Vincenzo. Parents fill the rows around us. Some nod politely. Others ignore us, but no one leaves. That's progress. Mr. Whitmore gives a speech about bravery and perseverance. He doesn't mention me, but I don't care. This day is for Luca, not for me. Students perform songs and skits. Then Luca is called to the stage. He walks up confidently, carrying note cards. His hands don't shake. He stands at the microphone, looks out at the crowd. Then he speaks, slowly, carefully, but clearly. My name is Luca Moretti. I didn't speak for 2 years, not because I couldn't, but because I was too scared, scared of being judged, scared of disappointing people, scared of everything. His voice is soft but strong. The audience leans forward, listening. He continues. Then I met Ms. Carter. She taught me that courage isn't not being afraid. It's doing things even when you're terrified. She taught me that everyone deserves to be heard, that my voice matters, even when it's small. Tears blur my vision. Vincenzo's hand finds mine, squeezes. Luca looks directly at us. Thank you, Ms. Carter, for seeing me, for believing in me, for teaching me that hope is a sound that never dies. The auditorium erupts in applause. Students stand, parents clap, teachers wipe their eyes. Luca smiles, really smiles. Then he runs off the stage, straight to us. Vincenzo lifts him into a hug. I wrap my arms around them both. We stand there, a family forged from tragedy, from courage, from love. After the assembly, students ask for photos with Luca. He signs autographs, laughs with classmates. He's not the silent boy anymore. He's just a kid, happy and free. Watching him, I feel Marcus's presence, like he's here, approving, proud of what we've built from our shared grief. That evening, the three of us have dinner at a small restaurant, not the mansion, somewhere normal. We order pizza. Luca tells stories about school, about his friends, about the soccer game he wants to join. Vincenzo listens, asks questions, laughs. He's different now. Softer, more present, like he's learning to be a father instead of a boss. The center opens next month, Vincenzo said. Are you ready? I'm nervous, but ready. You'll be amazing, he said. His voice was warm. Luca signs something. Vincenzo translates. He says you're the bravest person he knows. My throat tightens. He's braver than I ever was. You're both brave, Vincenzo said. You saved each other. He's right. Helping Luca healed something in me. Something I thought died with Marcus. It gave me purpose, showed me that love doesn't end. It transforms. It finds new shapes, new people, new ways to matter. We finish dinner as the sun sets, walk outside into cool air. Luca holds both our hands, swings between us like any happy child. For a moment everything feels perfect, peaceful, right, like we're exactly where we're supposed to be. Thank you, I said to Vincenzo, for trusting me, for changing. Thank you for showing me how, he said quietly. We stand there, the three of us, bound by loss and hope, by music and memory, by the courage it takes to heal. The sky turns pink and orange, beautiful and endless. Luca hums his mother's lullaby, soft and sweet. The sound fills the evening, fills our hearts, and I know finally that we're going to be okay, all of us, together. The weeks pass quickly. December arrives with cold winds and early darkness. I spend my days preparing the youth center, painting walls, organizing supplies, interviewing counselors and tutors. Vincenzo funds everything without hesitation. He's kept every promise, changed in ways I didn't think possible. Luca helps after school. He arranges books on shelves, hangs artwork, tests the piano in the music room. His voice grows stronger each day. He talks to his classmates now, answers questions in class, even jokes sometimes. The transformation is remarkable, beautiful, worth everything we sacrificed. One afternoon we're hanging curtains when Luca stops suddenly. His face goes pale. I follow his gaze to the window. A man stands across the street, watching. He's wearing a dark coat. His face is hidden, but something about him feels wrong, dangerous. Do you know him? I asked. Luca shakes his head, but his hands tremble. Evelyn felt protective. I call Vincenzo immediately. He arrives within minutes. Guards with him. They search the area. The man is gone. Vincenzo's face is hard. Someone's watching us, he said. Someone from my past. Should we be worried? I'll handle it. His voice was firm. You and Luca stay inside until I say it's safe. Fear tightens in my chest. This is what I was afraid of. That his old life would follow us, would destroy what we've built. That night I barely sleep. Every sound makes me jump. Every shadow feels threatening. The next morning, Vincenzo calls. It's handled. The man was sent by a rival to intimidate me, but I made it clear anyone who threatens my family will regret it. Family, I said softly. Yes, you and Luca. You're my family now. The word settles over me, warm and heavy. I haven't had family since Marcus died, haven't let myself want it, but here it is. Imperfect and complicated, but real. Thank you for protecting us, I said. Always, he said. Then he pauses. There's something else. I've decided to step away from certain businesses, the dangerous ones. I'm going legitimate, for Luca, so he doesn't have to be afraid. Evelyn felt surprised. That's a big change. You taught me that change is possible. If someone like me can find redemption, I have to try. After we hang up, I sit quietly. Think about transformation, about how love makes people brave enough to become who they're meant to be. Vincenzo is proof. Broken, but trying. That's all any of us can do. The week before Christmas, the center is finally ready. We schedule a small opening ceremony, invite the community. Some people RSVP enthusiastically, others decline, but enough say yes to fill the main room. Pastor Grant agrees to bless the building. Local reporters ask to cover it. This time, I say yes. The morning of the opening I wake early, too nervous to sleep. I dress carefully in a deep blue dress, Marcus's favorite color. He feels close today, like he's here helping, watching over us. My chest tightens with grief and gratitude mixed together. At the center, Vincenzo and Luca are already there, setting up chairs, arranging flowers. Luca wears a suit and tie. He looks so grown up, so different from the silent boy I met months ago. When he sees me, he runs over, hugs me tight. Today's important, he said. His voice was excited. Very important, I said. Are you nervous? A little. but mostly happy. I ruffle his hair. Me too, sweetheart. People start arriving at 10. Families, teachers, students, even Mr. Whitmore shows up. He nods politely but doesn't speak to me. That's fine. Some wounds take longer to heal. Mrs. Chen brings cookies. Tommy and his mother bring flowers. The room fills with warmth, with hope. At 11, Pastor Grant stands to speak. His voice is gentle but strong. We gather today to celebrate new beginnings, to witness what happens when courage meets compassion. This center represents the best of humanity, the willingness to turn pain into purpose, guilt into grace. He tells the story of the Good Samaritan, about choosing kindness over convenience. The crowd listens silently. When he finishes, he invites Vincenzo to speak. I see fear flicker across Vincenzo's face, but he stands, walks to the front, clears his throat. I'm not good at speeches, he said. I'm better at giving orders, at controlling situations. But Ms. Carter taught me that real strength is vulnerability, so I'm going to try. Something shifts in his expression. He looks at Luca, then at me, then at the crowd. I've made mistakes, hurt people, caused pain. I can't undo those things, but I can try to build something better. This center is my apology, my attempt to give back what I've taken, to help children who are hurting, like my son was, like I was. His voice breaks. He pauses, breathes. Several people wipe their eyes. He continues. I want to thank Ms. Evelyn Carter. She risked everything to help my son. Lost her job, faced judgment, but she never gave up. She showed us that one person's courage can change everything. He gestures to me. The crowd applauds. I stand awkwardly, uncomfortable with attention, but grateful. Vincenzo's eyes find mine. They're warm, sincere. He nods once. I nod back. Then Luca stands. He walks to the front without being asked, stands beside his father, takes the microphone. His voice is clear and steady. I want to say something too. Ms. Carter gave me my voice back, but more than that, she gave me hope. She showed me that being broken doesn't mean being worthless, that silence can end, that families can heal. Tears stream down my face. I can't help it. Luca continues. This center will help other kids like me, kids who are scared, who feel alone, who think no one sees them. And I want to help too, because Ms. Carter taught me that when we're healed, we should heal others. The applause is deafening. People stand, clap, cry. Luca smiles through his own tears. Vincenzo pulls him into a hug. They stand there, father and son, finally connected, finally whole. Pastor Grant raises his hands. Let us pray. Everyone bows their heads. He prays for the children who will come here, for the families seeking help, for healing and hope and new beginnings. When he says amen, the room echoes it. Then we cut the ribbon, open the doors officially. The Maria Moretti Center for Youth is born. People tour the facilities, admire the music room, the library, the counseling offices, the art studio. Everything is bright and welcoming, designed for healing, for growth, for second chances. Parents ask questions about programs. Kids explore eagerly. It feels alive, full of possibility. By afternoon, most guests have left. Just a few of us remain, cleaning up, putting away chairs. Luca plays the piano softly in the background, his mother's lullaby. Vincenzo and I work side by side, comfortable silence between us. You did good today, I said. We did good, he corrected. I couldn't have done this without you. You're stronger than you think. He stops working, looks at me seriously. I need to tell you something. About your job, about what happened. My stomach tightens. Okay. I did threaten people. After you were fired, I was angry, wanted revenge. But you stopped me. You showed me a better way, and I'm grateful. Because if I'd followed through, I would have destroyed everything. Become the monster everyone thinks I am. Evelyn felt moved. You're not a monster, you're a father trying to protect his son. I'm both, he said honestly, but I want to be more of the second, less of the first. That takes time. I have time, he said. Then he smiles slightly. And I have you, to keep me honest. I laugh. Someone has to. We finish cleaning. Luca falls asleep on the couch, exhausted from excitement. Vincenzo carries him to the car. I lock up the center. Stand outside for a moment. Look at the sign above the door. Maria Moretti Center for Youth. It glows softly in the winter twilight. A beacon, a promise, a memorial to love that survives death. On Christmas Eve, Vincenzo invites me to the mansion for dinner, just the three of us. I almost decline. It feels too intimate, too much like family. But then I remember I have nowhere else to go, no one else to celebrate with. I accept. The mansion is decorated, real pine wreaths. Candles in every window. A massive tree in the foyer. It's beautiful, more alive than I've ever seen it. Luca meets me at the door. He's wearing a red sweater. His hair is messy. He looks like a normal kid, happy and carefree. "Merry Christmas," he said. "Merry Christmas, sweetheart." He takes my hand, leads me to the dining room. The table is set simply. No fancy china, just regular plates, regular food, spaghetti, salad, bread. It smells wonderful. Vincenzo is in the kitchen, wearing an apron. I hide my smile. "You cook?" I asked. "Badly," he said, "but I'm trying. Luca's been teaching me. He's a good teacher." We sit together, say grace. Luca leads the prayer. Thanks God for family, for Ms. Carter, for second chances. His words are simple but profound. When he finishes, we eat, talk, laugh. It feels normal, easy, like we've been doing this forever. After dinner, we move to the music room. Luca plays Christmas carols. I sing along. Vincenzo listens, his eyes soft. Content. When Luca finishes, he brings out a box, wrapped clumsily. He hands it to me. "We got you something," he said. "You didn't have to do that." "Open it," Vincenzo said. His voice was warm. I unwrap it carefully. Inside is a photo frame, silver and simple. The photo is from the center opening, the three of us standing together, smiling, looking like what we are, a family. Tears fill my eyes. "This is perfect," I said. "Thank you." "There's something else," Luca said. He hands me an envelope. Inside is a letter, written in his careful handwriting. "Dear Miss Carter, thank you for giving me my voice. But more than that, thank you for giving me a family. You and Dad and me, we fit together, like puzzle pieces. I know you miss your son. I know you're still sad sometimes, but I hope you know that I love you. Not like a teacher, like a mom. Love, Luca." My breath catches. I can't speak, can't breathe. The word mom breaks me open. I look at Luca. He's watching me nervously, waiting. I pull him into a hug, hold him tight. "I love you too," I whisper. "So much." He clings to me. Vincenzo stands, puts his hand on my shoulder, gentle, understanding. We stay like that, wrapped in each other, bound by love that chose us. Not blood, not obligation, just love. Later, after Luca goes to bed, Vincenzo and I sit by the fire, drinking tea, watching flames dance. The silence stretched between us, comfortable, safe. "He means it, you know," Vincenzo said, "about you being his mother." "I know. How do you feel about that?" I think carefully. "Scared, honored, grateful, all of it. You don't have to decide anything tonight." "I already decided," I said softly. "The moment I met him. I just didn't know it yet." Vincenzo's eyes found mine. "Thank you. For loving him. For loving us. It's easy to love you both." We sit in silence. The fire crackles. Outside, snow begins to fall, soft and quiet, covering everything in white, making the world new, pure, full of possibility. I think about Marcus, about how he'd love Luca, how they would have been friends, brothers even. The thought makes me smile. "What are you thinking?" Vincenzo asked. "That Marcus would approve of all this. Tell me about him." So I do. I talk about my son, his laugh, his bravery, his kindness, how he loved music and stories, how he never complained, even when he was suffering. Vincenzo listens without interrupting. When I finish, his voice is gentle. He sounds like Luca. They would have liked each other. "I think they're watching over us, your son, my wife, making sure we don't mess this up." I smile through tears. "Probably." We talk until midnight, about faith, about healing, about the future. When I finally leave, Vincenzo hugs me, long and genuine, like I'm precious, important, loved. "Merry Christmas, Evelyn." "Merry Christmas, Vincenzo." I drive home through falling snow. My heart feels full, overflowing. For the first time since Marcus died, I'm not just surviving. I'm living, really living. And it's beautiful. 6 months later, spring arrives with warm winds and blooming flowers. I wake in my apartment. Sunlight streams through windows. Birds sing outside. I stretch slowly, smile. Today is Saturday, my favorite day. The center is open. We have 20 children enrolled, 3 counselors, 2 music therapists. It's thriving, growing, becoming exactly what we hoped. I dress in jeans and a comfortable sweater, make coffee, sit at my small table. Look at the photo from Christmas. The three of us smiling. I've added other photos around it. Luca at his soccer game. Vincenzo and me at the center. Our family expanding, growing, becoming real. My phone buzzes. A text from Luca. Can you pick me up early? I want to practice before kids arrive. I text back. Of course, be there in 20 minutes. I finish my coffee, grab my keys, drive to the mansion. The gate opens automatically now. I have a code. Permission to come and go. It still surprises me sometimes. How much has changed. How welcome I've become. Inside, Luca is waiting. He's wearing a t-shirt and shorts. His hair needs cutting. He looks like any 12-year-old boy, bright and energetic. He hugs me quickly. Ready? He asked. Always. We drive to the center together. He talks about school, about his friends, about the talent show next week. He's performing. Playing piano and singing. No fear anymore, just excitement. My chest tightens with pride. This boy, this beautiful, brave boy. At the center, we unlock the doors, turn on lights. The space feels warm, lived in. The walls are covered with children's artwork, poems, photos, evidence of healing happening. Luca goes straight to the music room, sits at the piano, starts playing. I work in my office, reviewing schedules, planning programs. We're expanding, adding a summer camp, more counselors. Vincenzo approved the budget immediately. He's completely legitimate now. His dangerous businesses sold or dissolved. He works in real estate, invests in community projects, becomes someone Luca can be proud of. Around 10, families start arriving. Children with trauma, with anxiety, with grief. We welcome them all, give them space to heal, to grow, to find their voices. It's exactly what Marcus needed, what I couldn't give him, but I can give it now, to these children, in his memory. Luca helps with the younger kids, teaches them piano, shows them sign language, shares his story. He's become a peer counselor, a light for others. Watching him, I feel Marcus's presence, like he's here, proud of what we've built from our shared pain. At lunch, Vincenzo arrives. He brings sandwiches for everyone, sits with the children, listens to their stories, encourages them gently. He's good with kids now, patient, kind, nothing like the man I first met. Evelyn felt grateful for his transformation. "How's it going?" he asked me. "Good, busy, but good." "I have news," he said. His voice was careful. "The school board contacted me. They want to offer you your job back. Full reinstatement, with an apology." My stomach flips. "What?" "Mr. Whitmore is retiring. The new principal wants to make things right. She's asking you to return." I sit heavily, think about it. Part of me wants that vindication, that justice, but another part knows the truth. "I don't want it," I said. "Are you sure?" "Yes, this is where I belong, with these kids, with you and Luca. This is my purpose now." Vincenzo smiles. "I was hoping you'd say that, because I have another proposal. I want to open a second center in the city, and I want you to oversee both. That's a lot of responsibility. You can handle it, and I'll help. We're partners now, in this, in everything." His eyes held mine. Something passes between us. Understanding, commitment, more than friendship, but not quite romance. Something deeper, more complicated, more real. I nod slowly. "Okay, let's do it." He grins. Actually grins. Like a kid. "I'll start looking at properties tomorrow." We shake hands, but then he pulls me into a hug, brief but warm. When he pulls back, his voice is soft. "Thank you for everything, for saving my son, for saving me." "We saved each other," I said honestly. That evening, the three of us have dinner at my apartment. I cook pasta. Luca sets the table. Vincenzo makes salad. We work together seamlessly, like we've done this 1,000 times. When we sit, Luca leads grace again. "Thank you, God, for this food, for this family, for second chances. Amen." "Amen," we echo. We eat and talk, plan the summer camp, discuss the second center, laugh at Vincenzo's terrible cooking stories. It's ordinary, simple, perfect. This is what family feels like. Not perfect, just present, loving, real. After dinner, Luca asks if he can stay over, sleep on my couch. Vincenzo looks at me, I nod. "Of course you can." He's thrilled, runs to get pajamas from the car. When he's gone, Vincenzo speaks quietly. "He feels safe with you, completely safe. I feel safe with him too." "With us," Vincenzo corrects. "We're family now, all three of us." The word settles over me again. Family, chosen, earned, built from tragedy. I smile at him. "Yes, we are." Later, I tuck Luca into blankets on my couch. He looks small and young, vulnerable. I sit beside him, stroke his hair like I used to do with Marcus. "Ms. Carter?" he said sleepily. "Yes, sweetheart. Do you think my mom and Marcus are friends? In heaven?" Tears prick my eyes. I think they're definitely friends. Good. I like that idea, that they're together, watching over us. Me too. He closes his eyes, breathes deeply, falls asleep quickly. I sit there, watch him, this boy who saved me as much as I saved him. This unexpected gift, this miracle. Vincenzo stands in the doorway, watching. His face is soft, open. He walks over quietly, sits beside me. We look at Luca together, our son, not by blood, but by choice, by love, by commitment. "I never thought I'd have this again," Vincenzo whispered. "A family, peace, hope. Neither did I. We're lucky. We're blessed," I correct. He nods. We sit in comfortable silence. The apartment is warm, filled with love, with presence, with gratitude. Outside, life continues, the city but in hums. Here everything is still, perfect, whole. Eventually Vincenzo leaves, promises to call tomorrow, kisses Luca's forehead gently, squeezes my hand. "Thank you," he mouths. I smile, wave. Then I'm alone with Luca, sleeping peacefully. I sit in my chair, look around my small apartment, at the photos on my walls. Marcus smiling, Luca laughing, Vincenzo content. My life has become something I never expected. Fuller, richer, more meaningful. Not what I planned, but somehow better, more real. I think about the past year, about loss and courage, about fear and faith, about how the darkest moments can lead to the brightest beginnings, how healing happens in community, how love finds us when we're brave enough to stay open, to risk, to try again. I look at Marcus's photo, whisper to him, "I'm okay now, really okay. Thank you for teaching me how to love. I'm using those lessons every day." The room feels peaceful, sacred, like he heard me, like he's proud. I stand, check on Luca one more time. He's sleeping soundly, safely, completely at peace. I turn off the lights, go to my room, slide under covers, close my eyes. Tomorrow will bring new challenges, new children needing help, new programs to build. But tonight I'm just grateful for this family, for this purpose, for this beautiful, unexpected second chance at life, at love, at everything that matters. My last thought before sleep is simple, pure, true. Everything was finally at peace.